not worthy of good things in life, that maybe you don't need that great relationship, maybe you deserve the quality of life you have, and it's not correct because it can't predict the future. Its only purpose is to control you, to keep you from moving ahead, to keep you from living a life full of vibrancy, of joy, of presence, of connectedness. And we've all had this voice in our head before. It allows us, if unopposed, to play small, to not really commit to moving forward into our higher aspirations, right? Whatever that might be, if it's health, if it's career, if it's family and friends and relationships, that voice of doubt can stop you in your tracks. And it's something that I've struggled with quite a bit in my career in tech. I went to business school and then get hired as a software engineer at Walmart Corporation. So I had a semester of programming under my belt, a bunch of hobby stuff that I had done before. And when I got to the job, it was like, I don't have a computer science degree. I shouldn't be here. I should not be doing this. And I felt like an imposter. So if you've ever had imposter syndrome, maybe you can relate, or maybe you have been extremely lucky and you're just like, I can't believe that I'm here, and I felt that when years later I started to work at Apple, where I was like, how did a kid who went to business school and was able to make a career in software without a CS degree end up at Apple? Like, that's insane and fortunate. And again, I was fighting that imposter syndrome of, I don't belong here. There are so many other super smart people here that can do a way better job than I can. And at the end of the day, I was focusing on the wrong thing. And just like so many people, if we're focusing on where we don't measure up, we're not really focusing on where our strengths are. We're not focusing on what makes us unique and what might actually help us further our career, or the value that we can give to the team, or how the support we can give to our families. We constantly undervalue ourselves, and you need to stop that. I'm telling you, I'm giving you permission to say no to that voice in your head and say, no, like, I am worthy. I do deserve this. I am capable. I am, competent enough to do this. Because what I realized in each of those cases, that my experience not going through the standard way to get into a tech career really gave me an advantage in working with people and communicating with people and figuring out how people felt, to be able to ask smart follow-up questions that would save the project tons of time going down the wrong path, right? Or effectively managing things in a way that would not be obvious maybe to someone that was solely in an engineering track. So we all have superpowers. We all have this ability, no matter what our experience is, to add to the teams that we work on, to help lead our families in a way that's unique to us. So that's what I'm saying. And I believe everyone has that in themselves. And if you are caught up with that voice that's causing you to hold back, to hesitate, then I have a couple ideas for you right now on how to get moving past that. So the first thing to think of is, where have you had success in your life, and what made you successful in that area? So it could be in health, right? Like, for me, I've trained marathons. I've had clients that have, marathons, Ironman, that type of stuff, where we're athletes, all through college. And, what made them successful in that? Having a plan, having a coach, knowing what to do, making it very easy and simple to take the next action in a lot of cases. And having a plan, knowing, and then taking that action consistently, ultimately is how you get good at any type of sport. You can take a look at any of the greats, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. They all were able to, boil it down to, what do I need to do to get great? Or get good. Some of us don't have aspirations to play professional sports, but like anything in life, you can be consistent and get good at something, at the things that are important to you. So you can borrow from sports. You can borrow from, maybe you have a rock solid marriage, or a great relationship, or a great family. What really makes it great for you there. Or maybe you've been out on your own and you figured out how to be successful in spite in all this adversity. What really was the through line there that helped you succeed in that, right? And the second question is, how can you do more of that or apply it to a different area of your life? And in the coaching work I do, it's a lot of pulling where people are successful and taking those strategies and applying it to other areas of their life. So I really love this question because, like in marathon training, right? You take that into building a business. It's, what is the plan? How are you showing up every day in small increments to strengthen your body, to strengthen your lungs, to strengthen your legs, getting your nutrition right, upping the mileage as you go over a course of time to eventually you can run 26.2 miles. It's that simple. And it hurts. It's a lot of work and a lot of sweat and a lot of tears. So don't get me wrong there, but it's when you have the plan and you know what you got to do and you can do that. It applies to business. It applies to building strong relationships. That strategy for me has been very helpful in figuring out and applying to other areas of my life. So I offer that question to you. The third thing is, if you have this voice in your head continually, how do you get it out, right? One of the best things, when I was in one of my jobs and things were really stressful, I wasn't sleeping well, I was kind of in this dark place of what am I doing with my life? Did I completely goof it up by choosing the career that I had? I don't feel good about myself because I don't feel like I'm measuring up. All this kind of stuff. I kept thinking like, man, I really hate this job. What have I done? Get a journal and write that down until you get tired, right? And then the other second part of the technique is to then reframe that. So I didn't love my job yet, and I'm looking for something like this. And just having that exercise to I'm in this loop of spinning on how much I'm stressed out, how much I'm not worthy, how much I don't deserve the success that I have. Write it down, reframe it. Kind of do the Indiana Jones thing where you're you take the treasure, replace it with a sandbag, and then run out with the treasure. The treasure being a better thought. So whatever that is for you. Usually in coaching, I'll work one-on-one and we can discover some of those so we can flip those. And if you liked this video, please know that you can go to seanbutler.com/ask and you can submit a question for me to answer on Instagram every Friday. And you also have a chance to be coached one-on-one on Instagram if that's something you're interested too. So just go to seanbutler.com/ask if you're interested in that. I'll hook you up. That said, guys, you are more resilient. You have more agency in your life than sometimes you let on. And this has been true for everyone that I've ever worked with or talked to. So if you're struggling, do the exercise with the journal. Think about the questions of what made you successful. How can you apply it to other areas of your life? And if you need some extra help with someone with a little bit different perspective, go to seanbutler.com/ask. Sign up for Ask a Coach on Instagram, and I'll help you this Friday. Okay, guys? That said, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Go forth with more joy, personal growth, and impact in your communities, and I'll see you tomorrow again.